This is Unit 5, Week 3, question number 2. How did the building of the Transcontinental Railway take place, and what's the impact it had on the West? A. The 1862, during the Civil War, Congress passed a law, the Pacific Railway Act, authorizing low-interest loans as incentives to get private companies to build a railroad. And the Transcontinental Railroad, there were two major companies that were building it. The Central Pacific, Central starts in California, worked on predominantly by Chinese, and the Union Pacific, starting in the Midwest, building towards the West, staffed mostly by Irish immigrants who couldn't get jobs elsewhere. So the Central and the Union Pacific are building towards each other in a race as fast as they can. The more miles of track each company lays down, the greater the share of the profits of the goods that travel the route. And so they're literally drilling and pushing each other as fast as possible. And how did the government get the companies to do this? A, with the low interest loans, but B, with a giant offer of land. There was a checkerboard pattern. Every other square mile or every other section of land along the railroads would be owned by the railroad companies. And of course, where the railroads went is where cities are going to spring up, where businesses are going to have. The most valuable land is going to be near the railroads. And the railroads will own half of the land alongside the tracks. So they're going to own part of these towns that go up. There's a lot of speculation, just like people gambling on buying land along the railroad to sell it to others, hoping that there'll be towns there. Towns sprang up really fast. Some of them collapsed into ghost towns because there was so much investment desire, but there wasn't actually that much settlement. But where did the two trains meet? In Utah, northern Utah, Promontory Point, May 10th, 1869. The two railroads met, famously pounded the Golden Spike. The impact of this, it brings people. What used to take months and months in a wagon train now takes a week. People move out to California, used to be several thousands on the Oregon Trail. Now it's thousands per month. Remarkable speeding up of the movement of people into the plains, and essentially the death knell, if you will, of Plains Indians, nomadic cultures, as they're sort of forced out of the way by the sheer number of people that are settling. And that's it from some guy in an aloha print shirt.